Okay, welcome back to class. I talked about something in last class. I said we're going to be looking at how we can combine two columns together or two rows. It depends on how you are working on it and how it's going to be. So I have, this is just its co-span. This is the only thing I've added. Now remember that it's supposed to be 3 data. So now column span means with 2. It means it's going to combine the first and the second together. Then the final name is going to be Joel or something. I can Joel Abraham, something like this. I have this. Then I have the last one also, total age. I can do something like this. Since I just have 3, I can do something like this. Then I come here to refresh. Now can you see full name, final name Joe Abraham? It combined this first and the second column. It combined them together. Then the total age is 180. I just give an arbitrary value. All I just need to do is to let you know how it's done. Yes, so that is that for combining terms as such. Now let's include a form. Let's include a form. Now my form will be of 2 concepts, and I would just because I have typed it out and it's a lengthy version, so I'll just paste it here so you can see. I would highlight, then I explain one after the other, and for you to highlight all, you can highlight all, then you how do I put it now, you keep it in a point such that you cannot really work on it, or it do not affect your data or something. It's not affect your data. That's like you comment. For you to comment, it helps you to keep track of your work. Temporarily code that will be inactive while testing. So you just, once you highlight, you press Control and question mark. Control and question mark will comment on it. It will still be in your coding sheet, but it will not be reflecting on your, when you run it on your Chrome or any application you're making use of. You see all of these that are being that are turned black, it won't reflect. But look at this one that I've opened, that I open up, it will actually reflect. So let me save this. Now let me now explain one after the other. Now to put a form, the first thing is for you to I have already placed it at the center. So the first thing for you to have is the form tag. It is both open and close tag. Yes, so the form tag, you have action. The action is going to be the server page whereby it's going to be saved onto. You can actually be on your PHP, so I can have server.php. I can have, it identifies where the form will be submitted. So that is when they click the form on your website that you've launched. When they click the form, when they do put their details and everything, it will transfer to a back end, which is going to be your server PHP or something, or your on your database precisely. Then the next thing you're going to see here is the field. The field set is also both open and closed, open and end tag. So the field set helps to group your related elements in a form and draw a box round about it. So it will draw a box round about it. That's what your field set will actually do. Then we have the next one, which is the legend. Legend is just like your caption. Legend is just like your caption. So it identifies the caption in the field set, which is going to be personal information. Let's just leave it at personal information. Then we have the label for. Label for F name means first name. So we have label for F name in quotes, first name. The input type, what type of input is going to be? Is going to be text. Then the ID is going to be F name. The name is still what? F name. Now the label for L name, that's last name. We have it as last name. The ID is still going to be name and so on. Then the label for email, we have it as email. The type is still email. The ID is email. The name is still email. Label for birthday, we have it as birthday. Input type is going to be date because it's going to be working with date. Then the ID is going to be birthday, name is going to be what? Birthday. Then we have input type. We can also include this now. Input type radio. What is radio? Radio is talking about being able to select an object. Select an object. Maybe you have multiple objects that you are asked to select. To add radio buttons. Radio helps us use that to select an item, but they can only select one. That is what radio button. That's what it does. So, but when you have checkbox. Checkbox would help you to select multiple. So I've typed in the 2, so you're going to see it as we move on. Now, then I I have the submit button, the input type submit, the value is what submit. Now you remember your BR tag, that's to break. So let's save this and let us run it so you have an idea of what it looks like. Yes, now look at it here. You have the first name, we have the last name, we have the email, we have the date, the birth. Yes, it's going to bring out exactly, this is what it will bring out. Then you can select anything at all, you can select. Then look at it. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Maybe I have a question. Let me add a question to it so you have a proper view. Where is it? Okay, yes, I do. No, I don't. So let's say do you play games? Maybe I'm taking a survey or something. Maybe I'm taking a survey. Let's see what it would look like. Do you play games? Now can you see it? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I can still put up the yes, I do and no, I don't onto the same part. I can do this. Let's see what it would look like now. Let's see what it's actually lengthy. That's why I don't want to. Let me now remove this BR completely. Then I add and hash 160 colon save, just for spacing in between them. Yes, can you see it? Yes. Do you play games? So I pick a yes or I pick a no. Can you see I cannot select both of them together? So that is how it will be. Then I have the input type submit, then if you set, then I have the form closed, then the center tag is also closed. So this is what your form would look like. The second version of form which I have placed is going to be what you see beneath. Now let me remove this. Once I remove this and I remove the other part too. Let me remove the other parts too. Yes, I have this. Now I save. Okay, now let's go and analyze what the form is looking like. Let me close this other one. Let me comment this. Out. So I have control question mark would comment automatically after highlighting. Yes. Okay, then I've centralized it. Now can you see server.php, the field set? I have the field set already, both open and closed. Then I have a legend. Now this is including a B, so it's going to bolding the text. Personal information will be bolding. Now the first name I have BR, then input type is text name, first name, value. There is no value therein. But look at the last one we talked about. It has no value also, but it had an ID. Yes, it had an ID. So we have a placeholder. What is placeholder? Placeholder is just when you are trying to type a text and you see a background print of what your text should actually entail. That's what placeholder is talking about. You see it when I load it up. So you have the first name here, then the last name. We also have it as input type text, last name, value is also placeholder, last name here, and all of this. I have radio button. To include my radio button, I have radio option 1, 2, 3. Then look at the checkbox now. The difference between checkbox and radio is that checkbox can select multiple, but radio can select just one per time. Yes, just one per time. Now look at it now. Look at this part now. Options. Look at this. This is saying checked. It means that once you see this checked here, it means that it is like an automatic check. It is already checked when you run your tab. When you run your tab, it is already checked. So that is what it means. So let me run this and see. Now look at I did something again. I now added something in case you want to do for a car. Label for car select. You have select name cars. We have ID car select. That's an identification for it. That's an ID attribute car select. So option value BMW. I included names of cars. Value BMW, Volvo, Nissan, Bentley. Then I have what the first one is selected. The other one BMW is being selected. Then we have Volvo, we have Nissan, we have Bentley. Then I click on submit and so on and so forth. So let me run this. Let me save. I have saved. Let me run this so you have an idea of what it looks like. Exactly, look at the second. I have commented on the first one. Look at it now. I have it checked, option 1, option 2, option 3, then the checkbox, then select. Now this is how it looks like. Yes, I have a drop down of it, so I can do this. I can select this. Look at it, the option can only select one per time, but for the checkbox I can select the whole 4. You understand? So that is the difference between the radio button. This is the radio button and the checkbox button. So I can also do select any of these. Then once I click on enter, it will take me to a page, but this file couldn't be accessed because I don't have a backup for it yet. So I can go back to where I was. Then I have this. I'm back to this. Can you see that even when at the point where it was being refreshed, you see that there is nothing working on it as far as this is concerned. Let me refresh this. Okay, so this is what we have. Yes. Then I have this. I have yes. Okay, so that is the table with which I have. That is the table with which I have. I have all of this on the table, and I think that's how to add your form. That is how to add your form. So we've spoken quite a lot about adding our forms to our page and so on. So in our next class, we'll talk about just beautifying some of the text and all we have. So we would be ending the class for HTML in our next class. All right, have a nice day.